A sealed clay jar sits on a kitchen shelf with $400 inside, and nobody in that house may open it. Dust has settled into the ridges of the lid. It has not moved in 2 years. It earns no interest. It buys nothing. It goes nowhere. And it is the most profitable object in that entire kitchen. By the end of this video, you will know the one thing that empties a jar like this, and it is almost never an emergency. Not the car outside, not the retirement account, the jar. $400, sitting perfectly still, doing what looks like nothing. 2 doors down, the same shelf is bare. That bare shelf costs the family $648 a year. Same street, same wages, same groceries. 1 inch of difference. If you are bracing for a lecture about coffee and willpower, relax. This is not about spending less. It is about what things cost. Here is where that $648 comes from. Twice a month, that family's balance touches zero 3 days before payday. Not from anything lavish. From 4 direct debits landing in the wrong order. The bank covers the gap and charges a fee. About $27. That figure is bank rates from its annual survey of checking accounts. 24 fees a year, $648. And the gap being covered is usually about $50. $50 missing, $648 charged. They are not paying for money. They are paying for timing. $27 on 50, covered 3 days later, is 54% in 3 days. Stretch 3 days across a year, and the arithmetic lands near 6,000%. That is my arithmetic, not a rate anyone advertises. It is also not wrong. Keep that number. You are going to need it again in about 9 minutes. So here is exactly what I will put in front of you. The fee from Bankrate. The national total from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The Federal Reserve's own published card rate, out to the decimal. 1 line, written down roughly 3,000 years ago, that names the mechanism. And 3 moves a real couple used to close their gap in 5 months. If that sounds like a fair trade for 13 more minutes, consider subscribing. Only if it earns it. Nothing here should work on trust alone. Because this mechanism has a name, and you have never seen it written anywhere. That jar is not an image I invented. It is an artifact. In the ancient Levant, households kept oil and grain in jars taller than a child. Archaeologists still dig them up. 1 olive oil works in Jordan is 4,500 years old. Oil was food, lamp fuel, medicine, and payment, all in 1 clay vessel. A household with full jars did not have to buy in the lean months. A household with empty jars bought whenever the seller named a price. Same oil, 2 prices. The difference was never the oil. It was who could afford to wait. Do me one small favor before we go modern. In the comments, name the one thing most likely to break in your house this year. The car, a tooth, the boiler, the roof. 1 word is plenty. I read all of them, and they decide what I write next. Every price you have ever paid has a twin you never saw. There is the price if you can wait, and the price if you cannot. Call the second one the hurry price. That is the whole term. It is what you pay for needing something before your money arrives. It is not one product. It is a surcharge hiding inside dozens of ordinary ones. None of them look like borrowing. Every one of them is. And a jar on a shelf buys you out of all of them at once. Coming up, watch where it hides. You will not be able to stop seeing it. The overdraft fee is a hurry price. 3 days early, $27. Car insurance paid monthly usually carries an installment fee. Check your own statement. $5 a month is $60 a year for not having it all at once. The tire you choose costs $140. The tire that chooses you costs more. A $95 tow plus $210 at the only shop open Sunday. $305 for identical rubber. $165 of it was hurry. The deposit you cannot post becomes a higher monthly rate for 2 years. The small pack costs more per ounce than the large one. Every time. None of it is a moral failure. All of it is a timing charge. In a moment, the biggest one of all, and the Federal Reserve publishes its price every quarter. When there is no jar, the card becomes the jar. It works. That is the problem. It works well enough to become permanent. A revolving balance is money you borrowed and never finished repaying. The Federal Reserve's G.19 release prices it quarter after quarter. On accounts actually charged interest, the average rate is 22.15%. Carry $2,000 on that, and it costs $443 a year. Hold it 10 years, and you have paid $4,430, and you still owe the $2,000. It never moved. That is simplified. Real balances compound monthly and wander around. It is close enough to be uncomfortable, and I would rather be accurate than dramatic. The card is a jar you rent by the month. The shelf holds one you own. In 2023, banks over $1 billion in assets collected $5.8 billion in overdraft and insufficient funds fees. That is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's figure, not an estimate of mine. And that is the good news. In 2019, the same number was almost $12 billion. It halved under public pressure. It halved. It did not vanish. $6 billion a year is the national price of empty shelves. Bankrate's 2026 survey found 27% of American adults hold no emergency savings at all. 59% could not cover a $1,000 surprise without borrowing. Here is the part that should actually bother you, and it is not the fee. A bank earns a little on the money you keep with it. It earns several times more on the 3 days you run short, which means your shelf being empty is not a neutral fact to anybody but you. Nothing about that requires a single person to intend it. In about 90 seconds, I am going to read you the line this was written about. There is a collection of ancient Hebrew sayings called Proverbs, gathered over several centuries. Its oldest layer is traditionally tied to Solomon's court, which puts it near 3,000 years back. I will be straight with you about that date later, because it deserves it. One saying, chapter 21, verse 20, is about a household store. In the Old King James wording it opens, "There is treasure to be desired in oil in the dwelling of the wise." The second half is blunter. The foolish one swallows everything he has. Read it slowly and notice what it is not saying. It never calls the treasure sinful. It calls it desirable out loud. This is not a rule about wanting less. It is a rule about location. Two words carry the whole mechanism, and I will show you both right after this. The two words are, in the dwelling. Not owed to the household. Not promised to it. Not invested somewhere on its behalf. In it. On a shelf. Reachable tonight, without asking one other person. That is the rule, and it is nothing like what most of us were taught. We were taught money is good when it is working somewhere else. Growing, earning, deployed, anywhere but still, on a shelf, doing nothing. And the foolish one in that saying is not the big spender. He is the one who leaves nothing in the house. Everything is somewhere else, which sounds responsible until the boiler fails on a Saturday. Then it is just an empty house paying the hurry price like everybody else. Let me take something off you before we go further. Nobody sat in a boardroom and decided your shelf should stay bare. There was no vote. There is no conspiracy here, and pretending otherwise wastes your evening. What there is a floor that slopes. Nobody tilted it. It was poured that way. A lender earns the moment you are short, and nothing at all from a full jar. So the products lean one way, the advertising leans one way, and the shelf stays empty. That is an incentive, not a plot. Incentives never have to mean it. And if nobody taught you the order, this is not a hole in your character. It is a hole in the syllabus. Those close. Characters are much harder work. Stay with me, because now 2 people close it, in 3 moves, in 5 months. Nadia is 34, a scheduling clerk at a hospital. Ruben is 36, a tile setter. $71,000 between them, a rented duplex, a sedan from 2014. There is a kitchen drawer neither of them opens with the lights on. Takeaway menus, a dead battery, for envelopes nobody has opened. They are not reckless. They are 3 days early, twice a month, every month. $648 a year in fees. $2,000 on a card at 22%. $443 more for that. Just under $1,100 gone. We're not even buying anything, Ruben said, holding the statement at arm's length. He was exactly right, and that is the strangest part of this. $1,100 a year, buying nothing whatsoever except 3 days. Move 1. Fill the first inch before you fix anything else. Not 3 months of expenses. That number is true and also paralyzing. The first inch is smaller and has one job. Stop the fees. For them, that was $400, enough to sit under the wrong order weeks. $85 a month gets there in 4.7 months. Now here is the part that will annoy people, and I mean it anyway. They filled the jar before they touched the credit card. On purpose. Every rule you have heard says kill the highest interest first. Check the arithmetic. The card cost $443 a year. The empty shelf costs $648. The most expensive debt they had was the one nobody was calling debt. Move 2 is next, and it is one sentence long. Move 2. Give the jar a rule instead of a feeling. A jar without a written rule is a slow purchase you have not made yet. Nadia wrote one sentence on the tape, in pen, and left it there. A cost I did not choose and cannot postpone. That is the only key. A blown tire qualifies. A sale does not. A good idea does not. Wording matters, because emergencies are easy to feel and very hard to define. And there is a second half nobody remembers, which is the refill. Whatever leaves goes back at the same $85 a month before anything else restarts. Without that line, the jar drains once and quietly never comes back. If any of this is landing, tap the like button. It is the only signal I get. Move 3, and this is where it stops being defense. Once the jar holds enough, it stops being a fire extinguisher. It becomes the thing that lets you buy at the waiting price instead. In month 6, Nadia paid the car insurance for the whole year at once. Their insurer charges $5 a month for installments. $60 gone. In month 9, Ruben replaced a tire with a nail in it. On a Thursday, $140 chosen, not $305. On a Sunday, chosen for him. It's the same tire, he said. I just got to pick the day. That sentence is the entire video, and he said it about a tire. The jar did not buy the tire. It bought the Thursday. Let us total the first year honestly, line by line. Overdraft fees stopped, $648. Insurance installment fee removed, $60. The tire bought on their day instead of somebody else's, $165. $873 in 12 months. The jar that produced it holds $400. $400 returned 218% of itself in a year. And the money never left the shelf. Not a cent of it moved. It did not earn anything. It stopped other people earning off it. Now let me weaken 2 of my own claims, because you should hear it from me. 218% is not a return. It is avoided cost, and those differ. In a savings account at 4%, $400 earns you $16. The jar is not investing. It will not make anyone wealthy. Inflation nibbles it yearly. It is what you build so that investing later is not constantly interrupted. And the date. Proverbs is an anthology assembled across centuries, not one evening's work. Some layers are far younger than 3,000 years. The saying is old, the book is layered. I would rather hand you an accurate number than an exciting one. So here is the whole thing. Tonight, in about 10 minutes. Open last month's statement and add up every fee. Only the fees. That total, times 12, is what your empty shelf charges you a year. Then find the largest gap between your balance and zero this year. Round it up. That is your first inch, and it is smaller than you feared. Set one automatic transfer into an account with no card attached. Then write your sentence, on tape, somewhere you will physically see it. No app, no spreadsheet, no budget with 40 categories. Which brings us back to what I promised you at the start. The one thing that empties a jar like this, in almost every household. It is not the boiler. It is not the tooth. It is not the transmission. Those are what the jar is for, and the jar survives them fine. What empties the jar is a good idea. The market dips and the money should be working. The card balance should be gone. A genuinely excellent deal appears with 4 hours left on it. Every one of those is sensible. Not one of them is an emergency. Nadia and Ruben nearly did it in month 7, with the card, at 2 in the afternoon. Because the day the jar empties, you are back at the hurry price. Not in 5 years. That afternoon, the floor is still sloped. The jar's entire return comes from never being put to good use. It dies of optimization, not of crisis, and almost nobody sees it coming. Go back to that sealed jar on the shelf from the very first picture. Nothing was wrong with the bare one because that family earned too little. They earned the same. What was missing was an inch in the house under their own hand. Everywhere else, money has to move to be worth anything. On that one shelf, it is worth something precisely because it does not. One last thing, plainly. Every figure here is published or is arithmetic I showed you. This is a place to learn how the mechanism works, never personal guidance for your situation. A jar, a shelf, an inch of oil nobody is allowed to touch. 3,000 years, and the only thing that changed was the packaging.